Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Hi, before starting this video, I just want to say a couple of things. With the exception of my very early videos on YouTube when I really didn't know what I was doing with it, and also my no comment, I say nothing playlist, and also the majority of my radio playlist, I kind of keep to a format now. I have a primary intro which introduces a channel intro. I then have a secondary intro which introduces the video. I then do the video, I have an outtake, and then I have what I call a rollout, which has all the stuff all over the place. Now, I'm drawing an exception this time with what I'm doing right now, right here, in almost 500 videos. I'm heading there, I'm getting to 500 videos very soon. But what's happening is, I just want to say that this video went according to plan, and then there was 3 surprises. The first one was my fault. I'm human. I'll say no more. Check the video. The second one absolutely disgusted me. I'll say no more. Check the video. The third one, yeah, it was good. It turned out good. It really, check the video. Just to say, I have absolutely no disrespect. I have respect. Everything I do here, I have respect. You can comment below on stuff to do with any video I do. I will respond to every single comment. Pitching. And I must say that none of these 3 things were planned. They just happened, and I'm going to include as much as possible without disrespecting anything or anyone. And I'll just carry on with the secondary intro that carries on now. So I've started doing a little thing where I put a little video in to start off and then do the secondary intro. It's just the way I'm playing around with stuff and playing around with analytics and whatever, but I get the feeling, I've not done the edit yet, I get the feeling this is a good one, and I'm enjoying doing this in as much as I can enjoy stuff in the current situation. So before I finish what I'm doing here, please take care. Take care of you, take care of yours, take care of everyone about you, and remember all the things, respect all the regulations and stuff. Stay indoors as much as you can, unless you're one of these absolutely admirable people that's on the front line. I touch on this later. Really, I wish you all good luck. We are going to go through this and see through the end of this horrible, horrible, unique virus situation. And until I carry on, I'm just going to finish off by saying I drink to you all, and I seriously hope every single one of you that watches my videos comes through this unscathed. Cheers. Bonjour, hello. Day 27, I think, of the lockdown. I don't know, it's you just lose touch with what day it is, what this, it's just a big waiting game just to see what happens, and waiting for, hopefully, the eventual demise of the virus. So anyway, more importantly, day 3 of what I've been doing with my car, the Saxo. Now, I was intending doing this in a oneer, but I'm really not in any rush. So I did the preparation and the wash. There's a video for you. I did the polish, the window clean, the upholstery clean. There's another video for you. And this one is going to be about wheels. The quick weather report. and you can see this the sun line. It's not quite as clear as it was before, so let's see why. The sky is pretty hazy. There's a very high cloud, not really a cloud, just a high haziness in general, and the weather forecast is for it to start precipitating at the middle of this evening, about 8-9 o'clock or so. So you can see that there's no direct sunlight, still quite warm though. 12 o'clock is it, 1:45 now, and the temperature is about 11 degrees. Quite a pleasant temperature really. So first preparation, whilst the wheels are off the car, get a little hand brush. I've got a mix of hot water and the car's shampoo stuff. Give them a good clean. A lot easier to do off the car, because when it's on the car you're going to miss these bits, you don't get to it right and it's not so good. So a lot easier to do them off the car, leave them off drying for a wee while. Another little top tip as well is don't stand next to the wheel when you're doing this, because the brush will spray and it will get all over your clothes. So I'll use the old faithful stool again. That way I don't get wet. Another thing as well is there's no point in taking all that stuff off. Just when finished, tip it all away. There'll always be a bit more, but give the tyres a good clean off. Best thing to do that's one of these mop rags, and you'll find that when that's done, the tyres complete with the wheel embellishers, the wheel covers, will look absolutely fantastic. Bear in mind the principle of a car is it's your wheels. If you have the wheels looking nice, the car looks nice. Next thing with my shiny wheels is to check the pressures. I've got the gadget all set up already, plugged in. What pressure? There's an interesting point. If I just go into the inside door of the car, you can see it says between 2 and 2.2 bar. Front 2.2, back 2. I've just double checked in the manual, it says the same thing, but it has another thing down here. It has that one for RS, which is actually for the VTS, the performance model. Now that's because these tend to get thrown around corners a bit more, which is what happens up in the mountains here as well. So I'm going to put in those. Now I've already checked the fifth wheel, and I've checked all the wheels and tyres for condition and stuff before I started playing around with them. So I'm going to up that a little bit. Now that is going to be the front. I'm going to put 2.3 bar, the rear to 2.1 bar, and the fifth I've already put to 2 bar. Reasons for that is, you know, people, it says, you know, 4 people plus 40 kilograms of baggage. Yeah, really, whoever does that? The real reason for the difference, when it's recommended to be a bit more with weight, is not for the weight. There's an upper limit which is for altitude, because these tyres do actually bulb out a bit with the lack of air pressure up here. And you can see on the tyre, this is the outside of the tyre, you can see that some of the wear has actually been on the outside due to the amount of cornering that's involved up in the mountain. So that's why I've upped the pressure a little bit, to make sure that a bit more of that gets concentrated on the centre, so I don't end up pre-wearing that. Now when I check these tyres, I also check the ones that are worn, where they came from, which was marked on them, and also I'm going to put them back in exactly the opposite order. Now unlike winter tyres which are directional. Summer road tyres are not directional, so they're going back in the other way, and that way they should wear back evenly in time. Other things I've been checking incidentally is I've checked all my documentation is right. This car actually has a full service record and everything, so I've checked everything's all in order, all my documentation, checking all my tickets are right, the control technique, which is still got a bit to run, that's the equivalent of an MOT in the UK, insurance, miles to go and stuff, a little bit of advertising, why not? And these are the Swiss motorway tickets that you have to have for running on motorways in Switzerland. They run for a year. I've been there once in 18, once in 19, and the next one I'll put up there. While I'm in the boot, I've prepared all the stuff that's going to go back in, and it's all back in its plastic box here. One thing that I do carry around, anything I use on the car stays in the car, and that way I'm never wanting, as it were. So one thing I do use is this, which is a pretty sturdy Hoover component, and I'll come back to that in a minute, why that's there. I think there's going to be quite a bit of buzzing due to that. Can't do anything about that really. See how the pressures are going. I'll be able to tell if there's been any problem, because I noted down exactly what pressure I left them at when I took them off. So, absolutely spot on. So, many people would probably think that I'm being very anal about this, but there's actually 3 reasons why I'm being anal about this. One is because I am a bit OCD. 2, the tyres are your only connection between you and the car and the road. Kind of important. And also, I used to be a biker, and any biker will tell you that being this particular about stuff is what keeps you alive. So, anyway, the mats that I carry around keeps you clean when you're on your knees. So, I can't remember, it's that one. Right, so loosen off the wheel nuts before you move them. It saves the wheel trying to turn when you actually do that. This is why I've got this bar, because it just makes it so easy. And also you can control the amount of torque that you're giving the wheel nuts when you put them back on. So that's also why I use the Spider and not the standard equipment that comes with the car, because the standard equipment's rubbish, including the jack, it's rubbish. So I have a bottle jack. Now the front end's lower than the back end. Just while I'm using this this side as a demonstration, that this you get the jack to the jacking point, and it doesn't quite fit under the front end. So with this, what I can do, principle of levers, is I can just give the car a wee yank up, just to make sure that the bottle jack fits in, rather than trying to lift the car or whatever. Much more practical. And a couple of bits of wood just gives you a bit less jacking to do. More items to carry around, but still, it's a big car. Now, just also gives me the ability to just make sure that the car has a bit of safety to it by carrying about that block as well, and it's solid. That's going absolutely nowhere. So at this point, just a little check around, make sure all is well, which it is. Impressive, 2 hands at once. Finger tight. Be better if I used the right one. And just a little bit tight. Around. Pump it back out, safety block out. Jack down. And again, use the right one, it kind of works better that way. And this is where this thing comes in handy, because it's much easier with that to just set up the torque. These cars, these Saxos, are known for being sensitive or wheel wobble, or you can feel it in the steering if the nuts aren't done up equally. So this is my way of making sure that's correct. Now, I'm doing them up in 9360, which is 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 0 o'clock. Job's a good one. When I jack up the front end here, the back end comes up as well, but I'll still be jacking up the back end to do the back wheels. It puts less strain on the car when I'm on the chassis, as it were, when I'm working on it. Now, I've known people to actually put lube on these. Oh, it squeaks, it's tough, it's difficult. Well, the theory behind not doing that is if it's easy to go on, it comes off too easy. Another little top tip here is I've got the car jacked up on its jacking point. I used the second jacking point there as the safety for the block of wood, but when I let this down, you can tell if the car's actually got any problem with its solidity when this joint should remain the same. The car is solid. I have actually had all the geometry checked on it, amongst other things. I've had the timing belt done with all the fluids and everything, the relevant gaskets, a brand new water pump at the same time, and I had a whole load of other stuff done to it. But the one thing I did, when I was driving up the car, took the car up to Edinburgh and back, and did a huge kilometrage. I did it overnight, and on the straight motorways, in order to pass time, I sat driving away at the speed limit, wondering how long I could go without touching the steering wheel. Now, the longest I managed to do that was 4.2 kilometres. That tells me the car is solid and straight. So everything done, my box is in there, blanket, golf jacket, big huge golf jacket just in case it's needed, the hat went back, umbrella, and I've just put a sheet over the top, keeps it all in place, stops it rattling, and keeps everything sort of out of sight. Now I've got these old wheels. When I say old, they were brand new at the beginning of winter. I bought them, spent a wee bob or two extra. They were fantastic. Hopefully you can see that. Nokian Swedish made, and the Swedes know about weather. So marked on them where they came from on the car. So that's it. Now I'm going to give them a quick clean up, the same as I prepared the other wheels with, and then they can go away. Here we have two people going up on skis to ski back down. This has expressly been said in mountain resorts. It's not to be done. These people are selfish bastards. Really inconsiderate, selfish, unbelievably stupid. Any more comments on this? Put it below. So the winter wheels and tyres. I've got yet another old pillowcase. I've put down a pallet here just to make sure that they're not on the deck. I stored them in this washroom, and to save any problems should any leakage happen. It happens on quite a frequent basis, believe it or not. Various things, if I bring out the power washer, the connections dribble and stuff. So I'll get the tyres down onto there, and they'll be nice and comfy until the next time I need them. I've also marked on them not only where they came off the car, but the various pressures that they were at. Incidentally, the pressure pumpy thing, I don't take that. I've got a separate accurate pressure gauge for the tyres, so because that thing's just a cheapy thing. It works, but the gauge thing I'm not trusting. So I've set the pressures up on the tyres and checked them with a proper tyre gauge. So the old winter wheels away, an old duvet cover which slides over the top just nicely. Never a shortage of stuff like that in this place. Clients just wreck everything. So, oh, missed one thing. And the winter box there. So everything's ready to go the next time I put on or winterize the car. So that's the car de-winterized. Only thing left, go and test it. So just heading down to the shop to get a couple of things, but also give the car a wee spin, test, blow off some more cobwebs, see how everything is, reset everything, check the mirrors are right, make sure it feels right at speed. Well, the speed limit in France is 80 kilometers an hour, except on motorways and dual carriageways, but I'll maybe get it up to about 100 kilometers per hour and just make sure there's no wobbles, shakes or whatever. Oh, I've got gendarmes, better stick that on too. So, well, it's a gendarme machine, but they're not there. That's the entrance to one of the walkways, so I think they're probably up checking to see if people are out walking in the forest or something. Not too sure. So yeah, oh well, should have that on anyway. Sorry, but just distracted with videos, with test car, with gendarmes, with stuff like that. So just run it in a straight line. Perfect. And that's at 50 kph, so just take a wee run back up to the gendarme car, and at least I know they're there. Should I by accident happen to drop over the speed limit, which, whew, yeah, not me. Okay, so powering up. I do have actually a confession to make. I ran the battery down, not just with the music, but I think when I cleaned the radio, I must have accidentally knocked it on and the battery wasn't totally dead, but it wouldn't start the car. But not to worry, because the battery that I have for the radio in the house is a massive camper van battery, brand new. So there's no problem in actually jump starting it. 2 minutes it was out, 2 minutes connected, 2 minutes started, and all that. So Everything feels good so far. Nothing. And that was up to kilometres per hour. So all is good in the hood. Okay, so that's today's video, part 3 of getting the car de-winterized and various things. So she's absolutely spotless. I'm chuffed to bits that I've done this, and I'm chuffed to bits that it's turned out really well, better than I expected, being honest, apart from the fact that I deaded the battery. So thanks very much. So bit of activity in the radio, so that's the next thing, back home after that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget, you can subscribe down there. You can click on the thumbs up button if you like these videos. Everything helps, all the support is greatly appreciated. So until the next time, ciao. Gardez la distance s'il vous plaît, monsieur, j'ai toutes les choses, bonjour. Chacun est 1 sur 7 milliards. Fin de l'histoire. C'est ça. Et moi, je préfère garder ma santé comme ça. Mais voilà. Mais merci beaucoup pour faire le contrôle. C'est absolument fantastique. Ça, c'est bon pour moi parce que je suis sûr maintenant, il n'y a pas le virus sur Les-Orres 1800.
Oui.
J'habite là-bas. Merci. Merci. Vous êtes légende.
Merci, merci, monsieur.
Ok. Je respecte, comme j'ai dit. Ok.
Allez, bye bye.
Merci.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. J'ai fait le ménage printemps. Elle est belle, oui. Voiture de 18 ans. Top. Au revoir. Bonne journée. Bon courage.